Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender warm embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's Fyi Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, Where I Am Now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in WGPL 1350 studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com, click and listen live, or you can go to WPCE 1400 AM or WGPL 1350 AM, and guess what? You can hear us live all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
And WPCE, good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn.
Tell them.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
We are all on those networks, so you can hear us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook Live. We're live and popping.
Make sure you all go and like, subscribe, or share. Tell somebody that we're on, and we're on all those platforms. Again, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're on YouTube and Facebook Live. So we need you all to follow us and talk about it and comment. We'll shout you out later in the show.
Share, like. Share,
Oh, I
like.
like that. Let's see.
Share, like.
Share and like. Look, Mr. E, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Had a great weekend, had a wonderful weekend. I did a little bit of yard work, but it was all good.
It was all good. The weather was pretty chilly, but other than that, it was absolutely a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I hope you all had a great weekend. Let us know what you did. You know, it's a lot of things going on, Missy, a lot of events and everything taking place. So hopefully people will keep us in the loop.
That's right. Let us know what's on and popping. Yeah.
Look, today is Monday Sports Talk. And I tell you what, Miss E, we have a fabulous guest with us. We have Coach Brandon Plummer. He's the head coach of Maury Commodores, Maury High School.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, how wonderful. We want to say good morning to you, Coach.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to each and every one of you out there. Good morning.
Thank you so much for being on. Wow, talking about a job. First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to find out what it takes to manage a high school basketball team.
Well, first, I'm a Norfolk native. Shout out to my city. Norfolk native. Graduated from William T. Washington High School, class of 2006. Also graduated from Virginia State University in 2011. And I decided to come back home and give back to the community in the way that I do. And ever since I accepted my role from God's plan, He has done nothing but open doors for me.
Wow, that is absolutely fabulous. Tell us a little bit about Maury High School's team, actually.
Maury High School has always, been known to have some great teams, to have some great ball players to come.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of great ball players. A lot of legacies walking around here.
Wow, that's marvelous.
Yes, and they under a great coach that I took over for, Coach Jack Baker.
Yeah.
Who was here for 40 years, 40 long years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and he's still here today, still helping out with the kids around the school and things, and still help me out from time to time. And I guess he's seen some things in me to want me to step in this place. Me being coming from the rival school for the and him, seeing me and wanting to take over his position, it was an honor.
All right. Is it something that you want to do as a child? I mean, is this a dream of yours?
Well, my dream was, like any other ball player, my dream was to go to the NBA.
Yes.
Things didn't work out as planned, but coaching was the next thing up. And I didn't know that I really had it in me the way I did, but the more and more I stepped back and learned from my mentor, Coach Dan Sanderlin, who's now the head coach at Princeton.
Yes.
I started realizing that I have a gift and I have something special inside of me to be able to bring a group of kids, group of young men together and get them to believe in a dream.
Absolutely.
Coach, as we get down to business, I want to say thank you so much for being the head coach of my alma mater. I graduated out of Maury High School in 1973. So Jack Baker was, I think he was a ball player 2 years before I graduated. So I want to say thank you so much for being a great, great, great Commodore. In your career, Coach, you have won some battles, you have lost some battles, but how does it feel to you from being a fighting booger to a Commodore?
I like that.
At first, it was a little rough on me. It was a little rough. Battles that I've had with Maury, with us just being 5 minutes apart from each other. It was a struggle at first, but I had to accept the role that I was put in. I was blessed with a great opportunity, and people still know that that Booker T, that fighting Booker, it's still right through my blood. It's in the blood.
Yes. Tell us what it takes to manage a high school basketball team. What goes into managing one?
A lot of patience. I tell you.
Wow, I believe it. Yes.
A lot of long nights, a lot of headaches. But as long as you stay prayed up, anything, you can make anything work for you. But running the basketball team at this level, it takes a strong mental mindset, because we're not just talking about basketball, we're talking about shaping young teams into men.
Yes.
And that's always been my philosophy. Like, I'm gonna make you a better man than I'll make you a basketball player. And so I stick with that, because I want these kids to understand that at any moment, this basketball or any sport can be taken away from you.
Yes.
Nobody can take your education away from you ever.
Coach, I want to say I'm proud of you, because not only are you a basketball player, but you're an algebra major.
Oh, wow.
How do you balance all of that?
I learned to understand that, a lot of our kids in the community, they struggle with math. Even though I went to school and graduated with a degree in biology, I always had a thing for math. Science and math pretty much went together. But we have a lot of our young male and females that are struggling in math. So I made sure I started targeting our kids in their weak areas. And what I specialize in is being able to have the kids relate their math back to their everyday life. And when I do that, the kids they grasp it easy. They really grasp it easier, and I just continue to find ways to get through to our youth. Start from the elementary school level to the middle school level to the high school level.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, tell us about the season. How does it start with training? What goes first?
A lot of training, definitely in the off season. Summertime, our workouts are very, very tedious in the summertime. Even leading up to once we get back in school, it's a lot of hard training. For 6 weeks, once we get back in school, for 6 to 7 weeks, we are right after school. We are in the football field. We are running up fields, going to Mount Trashmore, running the bridge over at Norfolk State. We doing a lot of running, a lot of distance, because I got to train your mind mentally.
Yes.
That's my whole thing. If you can get through my training mentally, then you're gonna be all right going to season. You'll be all right going to season.
Tell our listening audience, Coach, about your season at Maury High School. What happened? What went on at the Eastern District Championship?
Yes.
Tell our listening audience, how did you do?
But this group here, this was one of my special groups because of COVID last year.
Yes.
I knew I had to put in a lot of work in this group because I've never coached any of them before. Well, I had one kid, Cameron Jones. I actually moved him up from JV to varsity his freshman year after we won the state championship that group. And I had to challenge myself. I said I have to get this whole group of guys that I've never coached before. I got to be able to teach them how to gel together, how to play together, and how to stay together. So it was a lot of me sitting back and reading. I had to go into my book a couple times. Saying, how can I do this? How can I put these pieces together? And it slowly but surely, it came together. And these kids, they just believe in me. That was the whole thing. I just kept asking them, trust me and believe in me. It's going to take some time. It's going to take me some time to get to know y'all, for me to start really liking y'all, and for y'all to like me too.
So what happened? You all went all the way, or what? Tell us about how the season ended for you all.
We actually made it to the state championship. We ended up losing about 1 point to a good school, Highland Springs in Richmond, Virginia. There was a pretty good team, pretty good solid team. Some things didn't go our way down the back end of that game, but that group, I couldn't ask for no more from them. They gave me everything they possibly had. I mean, we won our regular season championship for the district. We won the regional championship. And so we ended up coming out as the state runner-up. But love came out on top.
Yes.
Love came out on top 2 times. But things just ain't work out in our favor. But we'll be back.
That's
I
right.
tell you what, we want to say congratulations to you because you all played well and you did a wonderful job. And so you all are winners.
That's right. I was so proud of you. Once a good morning to Miss Roberta Carter, Mr. Chris Hinton, Miss Mardell Lewis, Miss Cynthia Roseman, Miss Sheila Robbins. I want to say good morning to Miss Benita Boone and Miss Angela Crump. I want to say good morning to you and thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's Fyi Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host, and our special guest is none other than Coach Brandon Plummer, Maury High School finest. And again, good morning to you.
I tell you what, I want to know from the coach, has he been following the season of the NBA and NCAA? What are your thoughts as you look at the season of basketball?
It's been some great basketball going on, especially the NCAA tournament. I was a little excited, but I was a little hurt as well because I'm a Kentucky Wildcats fan.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, we went out first round. I was not expecting that. But the reason I was happy was the team that they lost to one of my former players, Clarence Rupert, who was the player of the year for the state back in 2018, 2019 on my state championship team. He was on that team that beat my team.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sour feeling, though. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Look, I want to know who your NBA team is.
Well, I really don't. When I watch NBA, I just watch NBA. I'm always been a LeBron James fan.
All right now.
Yeah, I follow LeBron James a lot. But I just, when I watch NBA, I just love watching those guys do it. They're an elite group, and I
I hear everybody say that. Not everybody, but a lot of people say, well, I don't have a team, but I'm a fan of LeBron James. Why do you hesitate to choose a team?
A lot of reasons.
Tell me.
A lot of reasons. I can't really just put a finger on just one reason. But it's just something about LeBron and the way he conducts himself and the way he carries himself since he's been in the NBA. A lot of young men such as myself can look up to him and the way he carries himself on the court and off the court. If you really keep up with him, he's just a great guy to follow.
When I begin to look at basketball, Coach, I don't have a basketball team, but I do have a football team. But when I begin to look at basketball and I compare Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, and Kobe, now out of all of those folks I just named, Coach, which is the number one player that you so by far that you can say is a baller? I know that's right.
All right.
All this greatest of all time talk. Michael Jordan is my book. That's who I came up with. That's who I'm gonna say.
Well, you know what? You mentioned LeBron James, but you did not mention the Lakers. What do you think about the Lakers? What do you think about their season? And what do you think about Magic Johnson? Because he had a lot of comments on his own team, and it wasn't really nice.
Yeah, first Magic know what it takes to win.
Yes.
Johnson knows. He knows. He's been through the up, he's been through the down, so he knows what a team really looks like. So, with him being in the position that he's in, sometimes you got to make some decisions that's going to hurt those feelings.
Yes.
And that's what happens in the game of basketball. You got to make some moves. I'm really not too happy with the Lakers right now.
Yes.
But I know they got a lot of injuries this year. I just knew the team that they put together, was going to be able to do something that we've never seen before. But, the same thing play out like they expected and like I expected as well. But that goes to show you that, some of the most talent in one area
That's right.
All the time.
That's right. I feel the same way because I feel that the Lakers was overrated because of who they had on their squad. They had a good squad on paper, but not a good squad on the court. Now, do you think, Coach, that the game has changed from basic fundamental basketball that you teach the young men in high school and in college? Do you think that they're no longer boxing in and boxing out? You got 7-footers playing guards, and do you think the game has changed?
Yeah, the game has changed a whole lot. And for me to be at a young age down that and just removed from playing ball, the game has definitely switched up.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of people, shoot a lot of people, from the guard position all the way down to the center position. I'm not saying you can't do it, but what I noticed about the game of basketball is that people are getting away from the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Wow.
People are really getting away from the fundamentals. Nobody's really teaching anymore, and that's what I put emphasis on in my program is fundamental basketball. You watch a lot of guys that come from overseas. They have the fundamentals. You can see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can see it, and we are really getting away from that. There's a lot of one-on-one going on, and I feel like it's really affecting the game, not just at the high school level, but the college level as well, because you have this 4-year senior that's coming out of high school and he goes to college and nobody's ever really taught him anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have Coach Cade and Coach John Calipari and Roy Williams and things, and I can see the frustration on them at times because it's like you feel like a kid, he should know this by now. But it's like you get the kid who is really a senior on paper, but has a freshman mindset.
Mm.
Probably playing the game.
Now, Coach, has your hair changed colors yet?
Don't answer that question.
Or has your hair fell out yet?
I got a few gray hairs, few pockets. They coming in. Definitely in my beard. I was just talking to somebody
looking at as far as going to the top? Who's playing well? I know you mentioned, one of your favorite players, but who else do you think is really going to bring it this season and help their team go all the way to the top?
I'm really looking for Chris Paul to get a championship.
Oh, no.
I really want Chris Paul to get a championship. I always like Chris Paul. You gotta heard some stories about him. A lot of people don't like him. He's a little butthole at times. But sometimes it takes that to be a winner.
Yes.
Following Kobe Bryant, before Kobe won his first championship, he had to go a certain type of way. He had to have a certain type of attitude towards his players to get them to that point. And that's what it takes at times to be a champion. I had to do it myself as a player and as a coach.
How many times did Coach Sandilands put you on the bench?
Well, when it came to me and Coach Sandilands, he only put me on the bench one time. I always try to do things the right way. And I was a real leader, and I was gifted with that. I was blessed with that to be a leader. You have some people out here that I consider them as chiefs and some as kings, and I'm a chief.
That is marvelous.
Yeah, and I always try to follow the great people, and I just knew how to lead. And so one time he did put me on his bench because we had already lost. He was upset, highly upset. So the next night we had to play, he told us anybody late, take the bench. And at the time I didn't have a car. I had to get out my mom. So my mom knew, hey, I didn't clean the house up like I was supposed to. And so I was late. I was gonna clean the house before I got out there. So I had to take the bench that night.
Coach, I want to rewind to your interest in math and algebra. Do you use math on the court? Is it a strategy to playing basketball? Does it deal with the numbers?
I use a lot of my math skills. It's like solving an equation. I'm gonna start off and see where we get with this equation, and as the game goes on and on, I want to slowly, break down the process and see exactly what I need to do when it comes to making adjustments to get that answer.
Yeah.
And that trickles until it's getting a win at the end. I consider myself a strategist.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do use math at times throughout the game, especially if we're down by a certain amount of points. I say, okay, if I can get it down by this amount, by this certain amount of time, we in there. And I know exactly what I need to do to get to that point for us to pull out a win.
Now, since you were a fighting booger,
I like that.
And now you're over at the Commodores. Do any of the old heads from the Commodores that used to play for Maury High School, like Vic Jones and Carlton Hilton, Skeet, and all them boys, do they try to tell you how to play the game?
No, they kind of let me do what I do. I hear from a few of those guys, they kind of let me do what I do. I think I was proving myself to them. I know at first, when they brought me over, some words going around in the city. What you doing? Why we Coach Baker, bringing a book over here. We all been a family with Maury. But, hats off to Coach Baker. I can't thank him enough for, just putting me in this position. What a lot of people don't know is that I never had a conversation with Coach Baker about coaching or anything. Ever. Me and Coach Baker have never talked, and for him to see something in me coaching junior JV basketball over at Boogie T, the one to bring me over as a head coach to take over for his position, that goes to show you that you never know who's watching. Wow. That's why you always got to be on your best behavior and do what you're supposed to do the right way.
Coach Baker used to play for Maury High School and Old Dominion University, and played against a little Dave Twazik and Leo Cole and all those boys back in the day. And I'm so glad to hear that Coach Baker been around the Commodores for 40 years. And my hat's off to Coach Baker. So when you see Coach Baker, tell Ed Everett, say, good morning.
Yes. And we want to also shout out Coach Sandiland. He was instrumental in bringing the young men to our mentoring program, Crystal Community Development Corporation. He was one of the young men.
I think
I think he did come
Coach
over.
Plummer, I think you came over to the Crystal Corporation, young women with Coach Sanders on the
Yes.
bus one evening. Did you see a bunch of young ladies at the Young Women Mentoring
We were in
program?
chess. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for Coach Plummer for coming on board and bringing the guys over. The girls were excited, but we also had a good time with the young men, and they trained the girls
That's
a little
right.
bit,
That's
worked
right.
them out, and it was just really nice. So I wanted to shout out Coach Sanderlin, and I want to thank you as well. Your advice for young people, young girls, young boys that want to play the game, that have their eyes set on the NBA, advice for them.
Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and work hard at it, because it's gonna take a lot of hard work. You can't take days off. I mean, you have to rest yourself, but you gotta always understand that the game is bigger than just the area that you live in. You have a lot of people out here pursuing this game, and,
Yes.
and if you want to make it to the next level, whatever level you're on right now, you have to change. You have to train your mindset to want to get there. That's the only thing that separates the different levels of basketball. It's just a mental makeup. But it's going to take a lot of work, and you have to be willing to put that work in every single day to get better.
What's next for Coach Brandon Plummer? Is there a book on the way, or what's next?
What's next is I still got a chip on my shoulder from this past season. Yeah, that chip is riding on me. And a lot of times I try to forget about it, but being a competitor is still there, and I know where I want to get back at. Would love to pursue my dreams at the next level, coaching college basketball. Do I believe I have what it takes? Yes, I do. Do I believe I have a lot more to learn? Yes, I do as well. But I'm up for the task. I'm willing to go above and beyond to be a great coach at the next level. So, but my focus right now is on these guys that I have coming back. I have a son that's here and more that played on my team this year, ninth grader. His dreams, and trying to help him get there and push him as much as I possibly can, along with the other guys.
Coach, I want you to go out on the limb right quick. Are you going to win next year?
Oh, we're going to win something. We're going to win.
Yes.
You're gonna bring on the trophy.
You're gonna win because you were so close to it, and hey, the next level up is the winning number one, and so we believe that for you. You're working hard toward that. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you have any contact information or anything that you want to information you want to give our listeners and our viewers, the time is now.
Yeah, you all would love to have you at the game back in the Commodore Arena.
Yes.
People can follow me on Instagram at basketball specialist. Like I said, myself a basketball specialist. Actually, right now I have my basketball camp going on.
Wow.
We usually do one during spring break, and I always do one the week following after we dismiss out of school for the summer. Very, very big productive summer camp. We love it. I get help from Coach Derek Edwards, Coach Yogi that we know of at LA Color High School. We both do it together, and it's amazing experience for the youth.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, thank you so much for being on. Thank you for all you do. We look forward to seeing that trophy and seeing some of your games and your hard work. You be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Yes, thank you all for having me on. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. I'll be by there to see you.
All right now.
All right.
All right. You all just hold on. We're going to be here on our Twitter feed, on our, not Instagram yet, but our Facebook, YouTube, and our LinkedIn. You all that are listening, come on over and join us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support, and be blessed. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Now, better than before, through those open doors, where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the Fyi Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Our special guest is the head coach of Maury High School, Mr. Brandon Plummer. Don't forget to tune in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350 and WPCE 1400. You don't want to miss on Wednesday. We got Box Pop with Mr. Marvin Scott and Mr. Sean Lamont will be on our special guest on Wednesday as we talk about child support and child custody. Don't forget to tune in, and for more information, give us a call, 757-714-7861. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
We can see life's not easy as it seems.
All right. We want to shout out some of our friends. Roberta Carr, good morning. Modell Lewis, Chris Hinton, bless the gossip. And Modell said, good morning. She said, my friends, happy Monday. Thank God for this day. Also, we have Jewel. How are you, dear? Hope you're doing good. Sheila Robbins, my sweet friend, she's on. Cynthia Roseman, you are a blessing. She says, good morning. Happy Monday. Bonita, that's Sheila's sister. I love her too. Bonita McCoy. Boone, how are you? And my beautiful cousin, Angela Hayes Crump, she's on. Alfonso Copeland is here. Fiona how are you, sweetheart? And wow, she is just a beautiful, beautiful lady. We just thank you all for joining us. We want to welcome our LinkedIn friend, our YouTube friends, and our Twitter friends, along with Facebook Live. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are celebrating because we have pulled in more listeners and viewers. It's something that we wanted to do, something that we're working towards. And here it is, Mr. E. We're very, very excited. I hope you all can hear us well. And I hope you all stay with us Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on FYI at 9:30 a.m. And just be with us and support us. And we would appreciate all of that.
You know, Miss Simpson, I've been sitting here looking at Lincoln. I want to say, hey, look, what a beautiful shot of us sitting up there at Lincoln's. And I mean, hey, it does our heart some good to know that we on 7 platforms, almost 7 platforms. And with 7 platforms that we'll be on, like YouTube. And listen, we blowing the market up. We will get ready to blow the market up, because we want to give you nothing but the very best. Yes. And thank you so much for giving us the drive, to pushing us to do what we got to do in order for to bring you nothing but the best for FYI.
Absolutely. We want to thank again our special guest. That was Coach Brandon Plummer of Maury High School. And I tell you, Mr. E, they did good. They went all the way. They didn't win the main trophy, but they were in it.
You know, that's my school.
That's your school, Maury High School.
That's right. You know, a lot of people don't know what Commodore is all about. That, you know, they think it's just a ship, where they a boat that,
or the singers,
you know, or the Commodores. Yeah, but I'm telling you, there's some great talent that came out of Maury High School. There's some great. There's some great talent. We broke the barrier, you know, when integration was going on. They didn't have any African Americans going over at Maury High School. But back in 19 and so many years, 60s, 68, 67, that's when the first African American students came across the line to attend Maury High School. I mean, it's a blessing. And now they're just like a one great big happy family of all folks like Jack Baker, who's the coach, and Dave Twarzik and Joe Sazio and Ronald Spade and all those fat fellows who was Jay Seeley, and who played football as well as basketball, Craig Leader. They was all basketball and football player. And to my history
Yes.
coach who run track too, Mr. Brittenham, he's deceased now. He was my track coach.
So, Mr. E, you played sports.
I played sports at Maury High School.
That is
Yeah,
marvelous.
yeah.
How do you feel as you see them play and you talk with the coaches and see how far they have come? You like what you said, the integration and racism and all that stuff. How do you feel as you see the progress?
I feel great about the process. I feel good because, we came a long ways, because there was no African American students over there. But we came a long ways. And now that we're in the ship, we're on the boat. I mean, I had fun over there. It was a great experience of being at one of the greatest high schools in the 757.
That is marvelous. Where they're going about their business. And to sit back, I'm thinking about them coming over to our mentoring program to be with us. That was such a wonderful thing. Coach Plummer and Coach Sanderlin. It meant a lot to us.
Right.
And the boys, that came over, they just really made an impact on the young ladies. And I just want to thank them again for taking their precious time, because they had to leave school.
That's right.
And come over
in uniform
and be with us. We had rap sessions and workout sessions and things like that. And it was really, really, really marvelous. Thank you from the CEO of Crystal Community Development Corporation.
And that's what it's all about, our community coming together where we can bring you nothing but the very best in sports and in all areas, political fields, and you name it. We want to make sure in book reading, we want to make sure you get it. We want to help you to rise above mere survival.
So, Mr. E, tell us about the upcoming shows.
Oh, you don't want to miss. My God, Wednesday.
Yes.
I want you to go and tell everybody about Wednesday. If the Brotherhood wants to know about what they have to deal with in child support, in custody battles, you don't want to miss Box Pop. Box Pop will be with us on Wednesday. We got 2 sessions with them. Box Pop, BOXPOP, with Marvin Scott and Sean Lamont will be our special guest, and we'll be talking about what men has to deal with under the hat when it comes to custody and when it comes to paying child support. What is your intake on it? How do you feel about it when you are being forced or being made and you already volunteered to take care of your children, but then all of a sudden you've been forced by somebody attacking your money to pay child support. And not only that, you want your babies with you, and you can't get your babies with you because guess what? You got to go and get custody of child support. It's another day, it's another time, it's another battle. So we're gonna find out the pros and cons, what it takes.
Yeah, it's definitely an animal, and so
it's
going to be very
I've been
interesting.
there, done that.
And to hear from the hearts and the mind and the soul of men that have gone through. Now, listen, back in the day, there was a time when men had no way in hell to win over a woman in the courts as far as custody for children. He had to pay that moolah, but there was the woman was always ahead.
That's right.
The courts favored women. And so, men feel some kind of way, believe it or not. Some people may think, well, a man, well, a woman births a child and, she's more emotionally attached. Not necessarily, honey.
That is so true.
So we're going to find out what's under the hat. What does a man feel about custody, having custody of his children, or cannot have custody for some reason.
Don't know where their children are.
Don't know where they are.
And you paying child support. You don't know where your babies are. You really want to get in contact with your children just to show them that daddy cares, that daddy really believe in you, that daddy wants to go to, Miss Cynthia, that daddy wants to go to your football games, that daddy wants to see your first recital, that daddy wants to be right there to your father and daughter dance. But you don't know where your children are, and they're hiding children. I mean, hiding him like, they don't want him to know because he might come and try to take the children. But the thing about it is you force men to go the other way, to be on the angry side because men love their babies just like they love themselves.
I know ladies would have a lot to say. Please, ladies, make sure you chime in. And, we will give you a chance to respond, but we'll also give you a chance to talk about issues that you have, and that will be something that we'll pull in as well. And so, don't let the anger, well up inside of you yet, those that have been dealing with custody battles and everything, but we want to hear first from the men what they feel and what they think and what they have to say. We want to listen to find out what they've gone through and how they feel about how the courts have handled them.
Because when you look at it, I want you to know, hey, look, it ain't nothing nice. So join us Wednesday from 9:30 to 10 on 2-part series from Box Pop.
Yes.
We're going to hear from the lawyer standpoint also, from the attorney standpoint, and what the attorney says about men, about custody, about child support. And then on Monday, our next Sport Talk, we're going to have Coach Jones, the head coach of Norfolk State University. And then we're going to have Mr. Ronnie Joyner going to be with us on Sports Talk Talking. And then on this Fun Friday, we got Miss Sharina Mann will be our special guest. So you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss what's going on here at FYI.
And don't forget, we're still doing Black Women in History. Oh, man. We have so many women we want to highlight, so many women in the past, what's going on now. And so don't forget to join us and as we highlight and celebrate Black women.
Thank you so much. I want to say good morning to Miss Sheila Davis. Thank you so much for chiming into the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. And Miss Mardell Lewis say good morning to my friends. Blessing, happy Monday. Thank God. I was taking things to the store. Oh, okay. And we thank you so much for all that you're doing. Good morning to you, Miss Cynthia Rousman. What a great crowd that we got following. Don't forget that you can view us not only on Facebook, but LinkedIn and Twitter. We can Twitterify us now. So you can Twitterify. You can Twitter. We are Twitterified. We are Twitterified. So you can join us on Twitter, and the way that you can join us on Twitter is go to Twitter, and guess what?
Absolutely.
You'll see us pop right on up there under Yolanda Hinton's name, and you'll see us on Twitterify. We're Twitterify, we're YouTube, and we're LinkedIn, we're Facebook, we're on WPCE 1400, we're on WGPL 1350, and soon to be on 2FM and Instagram.
Absolutely.
So we're going to sew the whole market up. We're all over the World Wide Web via your computers. If you
give them the address.
If you can't see us physically, you can hear us, and we're all over the world. All you have to do is go to WPCE 1400 AM, WGPL 1350 AM, or www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com. Click and listen live. On the AMs, you can go to the webcast. Church webcast, and all you have to do is click on the church webcast and hit play, and guess what? You hear us all over the world. If you can't see, if you at your job and want to hear what we got going on, all you have to do is go on your internet, and guess what? You can hear. If you got to hide us visually, you can hear us audio. That's all you have to do is just click on to it.
Church
webcast. Church webcast.
Okay.
WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350. Now, if you go to www. Christian Broadcasting Company, you're going to see each station set one on one side, one on the other side. Let's click on to each one of the stations, and you'll catch us on WGPL or WPCE.
And that's 9:30 a.m. And that's live. We're live. We're not a podcast.
That's right.
We're live radio.
That's
and
right.
We're soon to have the platform, FM platforms. We're going to bring that in as well. So we're not a podcast. We are radio broadcasting, a show. And we would love for you all to join us. We're looking for great guests to be on our platform. You can be a special guest. Mr. E is going to give you that information in a little while. You can be an intern. You can be a part of what we're doing, part of our family. You can bring boys to the yard, meaning guests. Somebody you want us to hear or a topic that we need to cover. You can be a part of bringing that information to us.
Bring all the boys to the yard.
All right. So let me tell you all, yes, we have expanded our platform, and you can follow us on social media at Instagram. And mine Instagram is _Crystal Records. That's CRISTORECORDS. We'll put it in our information for you all. Pastor Ed1, that's Edward Everett, aka Mr. E. That's his Instagram. You can go to Fyi Radio Show's Instagram page, and that's one Fyi Radio. That's our Instagram. Also Twitter at Yolanda Hinton. Mr. E, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Edward Everett.
Edward Everett. And we're telling you all this because we need numbers. We need you to go. We need you to follow. We need you to like. We need you to subscribe. Please go to YouTube. You can go to on YouTube. We have Yolanda Hinton. Also, you have let's see, Mr. E, you have a YouTube?
Yeah, Edward Everett is on YouTube also.
Okay.
You can go to Edward Everett's page on YouTube. And guess what? You can see us all over the market and hit subscribe.
Absolutely.
Share, like, share, hit subscribe. That's all you got to do.
Okay, so YouTube, you can go to Yolanda Hinton's YouTube or FYI. That's where we're airing. It's Cristo Records 1, CRISTO Records with an S, RECORDS 1. Cristo, CRISTO RECORDS 1. And please subscribe. Please like and subscribe our videos, share it, but also subscribe to the music, Yolanda Hinton. The music is there. Make sure you like the music and also like the show. We're also on TikTok at Y Hinton.
TikTok.
What's your TikTok handle? What are you on as?
I got to give you that.
Okay, we'll get that from Mr. E. And LinkedIn, go to Yolanda Hinton. LinkedIn, Yolanda Hinton. Please go to those platforms. Follow or subscribe, like, tell folk about it, share, comment, and help us to brand Fyi Radio Show. We're on these platforms live, but we also are on live radio. Don't forget, we're on live radio. This is not a podcast.
We're not in the studio.
We're in the radio studio.
We're actually in the studio.
Absolutely.
And we're coming live to you. We are coming live. This is and guess what? Later on down the road, you can view us on those different platforms later on. But when we're coming to you live right here in the studio.
Our radio show is live on radio. Also, we let's see, I mentioned Facebook. You all make sure you like, share on Facebook, follow us. Edward Everett's personal page, Fyi Radio Show's personal page. Also, Fyi Radio on Facebook, hosted by Yolanda Hinton. Don't forget those pages as well. I tell you what, you can be a special guest, an intern. I wanted to mention also, Mr. E, yes, we're in April and we have our lineup, our calendar and everything. But also in May, of course, we celebrate Mother's Day.
That's
and
right.
We're going to be doing some special things in the month of May. So you all kind of like listen out and see what kind of Mother's Day contest or giveaway. We're going to have something for you all, so don't forget, we have May coming up, and we have to fill our calendars. We need you all to participate and help.
You know, one of the things I want you to understand that when Mother's Day come up, we will give away some great gifts for Mother's Day. And we want to do it in a different fashion this year. This year, we want to have our listening audience that's on our net to tell us a little bit about your mother. and you chime in or send in or call in, because we can give it away right here on the telephone. But we want to give you an opportunity to that's viewing us via the World Wide Web and viewing us via the Instagram and Facebook. We want you to get an opportunity to win now. We want you to participate. Don't forget, if you want to be in our audience, all you have to do is send us your email.
Yes.
That's all we need is your email so we can put you live in our studio, in our audience via StreamYard. All right?
Absolutely. Now, before we go, I want Mr. E to get back to sports talk because I want to know what's been happening the weekend and what's coming up.
Well,
the
since-
NBA. Tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Well, the Lakers won't be there.
Ooh, I think you better say that. Don't whisper that
Well,
out. What's
I won't
going
let
on
you
with
know.
the Lakers?
I won't let you know the Lakers are home, going home.
Oh, wow.
They won yesterday. The Lakers won yesterday
Yes.
against the Nuggets, Denver Nuggets. They won 146 to 141. Too late.
Can we say something about the Lakers, though, Mr. E? The Lakers didn't do so well this season.
Okay.
Right? But there's a lot of talk about the Lakers from the owner.
That's right, Magic Johnson. Yeah.
Can you give us a little tea on that?
Magic Johnson did an interview with Westbrook, with the staff, not with the staff, but on ESPN. He said that he called players' names out. What he did, he said Westbrook was not the players. He did not do what he was hired to do. Mm-hmm. He did not come up and down the court running the ball and scoring like he was supposed to do. They fired their coach. The coach has been fired. Mr. Frank Vogel
Did you say fired?
Got terminated yesterday. After the game, they terminated him. They got rid of him. They fired him yesterday. So you got they're looking for a new coach, and he thought it was talky talk. Mm-hmm. But they got rid of him. Anthony Davis, Camilla Anthony, LeBron James, and Superman, they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know whether or not is LeBron coming back. They don't know whether or not Anthony Davis, because he's been hurt all year long. Yeah. They don't know whether or not Carmelo Anthony, because he's an old head, they say. And then Superman, they just got him back. So what they did, they had one of the teams that's on paper, and Magic Johnson is really upset because he had a team that's supposed to win the championship. But when they lose 17 games and 8 games, 10 games, 9 games in a row.
Yes.
When they lose 9 games in a row, and something ain't right. Well, the Raptors beat the Knicks beat the Raptors yesterday, 105 to 94. The Chicago Bulls beat the Timberwolves at 124 to 120. The Kings beat the Suns 116 to 109. The Boston Celtics beat the Grizzlies 139 to 110. The Warriors, Golden State Warriors beat my team, New Orleans Pelicans, 128 to 107, and the Lakers lost yesterday yesterday. They beat the Nuggets 146 to 141, and the Utah Jazz, they beat the Trailblazers 111 to 80, and the Spurs, San Antonio Spurs, lost to the Dallas Mavericks 130 to 120, and the Thunders lost to the Clippers 138 to 88. And don't forget, they got games coming on tonight. They got games coming on tonight. You don't want to miss it because they're now going to the playoff.
Yes.
And because they're going to the playoff and they start on Wednesday, the Hornets would be play the Hawks, and the Pelicans would play the Spurs at 9:30, and you don't want to miss it.
Yes, I tell you what, they're still playing. This season is long.
Yeah, they play about 100 and some odd games.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you all keep looking. And I asked the coach about, folk not having teams. Now, I'm going to tell you, most of the folks, Mr. E, that I talk to don't have a team. They love basketball. They love the NBA, the NCAA, and all that. But they hesitate to choose a team. I want to know what that's all about.
Basketball is an up and down thing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get into the Lakers because, like Coach Plummer said,
Mm-hmm.
they're not playing finesse basketball.
Oh my goodness, he actually said it.
They're not playing
Yes.
that basic basketball.
Yes.
It's a crying shame that we got to see basketball players 6'7" and 7'10" and 6'10" run up and being point guards. You know, they're not putting them back in positions of where they supposed to be. You're supposed to take a 6'10" man or 6'11" or 6'12" or 7-footer, and he should be playing forward or he should play in center. But they're not playing none of that.
So, Mr. E, what are you all gonna do when they start playing with robots?
Well,
Robots instead of people on the court. You never know. They may end up having robots on the daggone and the reason I say that, I might be trying to be funny, but I'm saying you all are saying that the game is changing so much.
yes.
He's even saying, the young people that are playing in basketball now, what they have to look forward to is a whole different system. He said that, some of the college teams are playing like basketball for real. But I'm saying by the time you get to the NBA and things have changed, what are you going to do? I just feel like, hey, you never know what basketball or sports will transition to.
Sometimes you don't want it to transition to anything because that's some people's livelihoods. That's some people, that's how they live.
Keep up what they did. The Lakers, their livelihood, nothing. They costing folk a lot of money and sit back on their high horses and not playing the game according to their coach. Not their coach, but their owner.
That's right.
I didn't say it.
The coach got fired.
I'm telling you. So anyway.
The coach got fired. Bye-bye, Frank. Bye-bye.
Yeah, so we're going to continue to watch. I'm going to tell you why I haven't chosen my choice for a team. My nerves get too bad. I get too much anxiety when I'm rooting for someone and they're winning or losing.
Yeah.
And so I kind of I back up off of it and, just go along with the game and see who's, doing what. But my thing is to really get into the stands, get into a professional game, sit back and really look at it and enjoy it and not go along with all the stress of sports.
Well, it can be stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me, I know.
Yes.
It can be stressful when you're looking at basketball, when you're looking at basketball and playing basketball and wanting basketball to, you want that to happen.
Yes.
It could be very, 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 very stressful. So, hey, that's why I don't have a basketball team. I don't have a hockey team. I don't have a soccer team. I might have a football team, but hey,
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So again, we want to thank Coach Plummer for being here. He's with Maury Commodores.
Yes.
Maury High School. That's Brandon Plummer. And we just want to thank him for being a part of FYI on today. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Mr. E's going to give you information on how you can be a special guest, sponsor, or intern with FYI Radio Show. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, comment on our platforms. We've gone from Facebook to YouTube. We're at LinkedIn and Twitter. And we're so glad that we are able to get on those platforms and pull in more folk to enjoy FYI Radio Show. So you all be blessed. We're going to see you back here on Wednesday. Mr. E, take it away.
I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show. If you'd like to be a special guest or intern, all you have to do is inbox us at Facebook page, our Edward Everett Facebook page, or Miss Yolanda Hinton's Facebook page, and let us know that you like to be an intern, or you like to be a sponsor, or you like to be a special guest, or you can give us a call at 757-714-7861. I want to thank you so much for Coach Brandon Plummer for being our special guest right here in our 757 hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. And look, thank you so much, Coach. Even though you are fighting booger, I want to say thank you so much for coming over to the Commodore. And don't forget, You all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And don't take no wood knuckles, okay?
Look, don't forget, we host our special events, special occasions. Don't forget the Ladies' Pies, Tuesdays and Thursdays now. And don't forget the ladies' music. Make sure you go online. You can buy it there, wherever music is sold. And so you all are a blessing. Thank you again for all those that are on, those that we see on YouTube. Thank you, Jewel and Sheila Davis and everybody that's there. God bless you. You all are mighty, mighty good to us. We'll see you here on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
2 up.